What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode in my road to 100 million gold. I'm gonna do this one fairly shortly, or a fairly short episode, I should say. We're just gonna look at my sales on Draenor and the overall numbers, as I am not really doing anything new or interesting. I should maybe buy some battle pets, but I haven't bothered, and the only thing I'm spending gold on is just materials for the next patch. And we already looked at that a couple of times. We'll probably look at my status again once we get a little bit closer to 9.2. But for now, like what I'm doing, I'm buying materials, getting enchanted materials and shadowcast ingots ready to craft legendaries in 9.2, and I'm keeping legendaries like in stock. I'm keeping the class 6, the rank 6 legendaries and rank 4 legendaries in stock. That's pretty much what I'm doing. That's pretty much what I'll be doing until 9.2. So let's dive in, take a look at the sales on Draenor, and then we'll take a look at the overall numbers. All right, so here we are on Draenor, and this is a pretty good week compared to, well, actually last week was terrible. That was the week before that was good. So we're back at 1.2 mil. So restocking legendaries, it's definitely paid off. As you can see, most of these are in the 60 to 40,000 gold range, which is going to mean that they are rank 4 legendaries. Now, quartite crystals are very expensive currently. So I think the profit margin on these is fairly slim, but that's still a pretty nice overall sales. So yeah, it's just legendaries. I think a couple of there's some sharpening stones. I had some shaded stone on my blacksmith, so I just slammed through some sharpening stones. They sell. Outside of that, it's all legendaries, probably all rank 6, and then some rank 4s like these Grimweld cape, bracers, cape, belt, obviously rank 4 based on the price. So yeah, pretty good. Been a while since I've had this much sales on Draenor, so quite happy about that. I'm assuming we still see some gold lost because I have been continuously buying materials, and this number is definitely getting lower and lower. So we're just cranking through materials to get ready for 9.2. But yeah, let's see how much I have lost by jumping over to the overall numbers. Alright, so here we are looking at the overall numbers, and as I expected, or suspected, I should say, I've spent a lot of gold on Draenor this week, a lot more than I thought. The main thing I've spent gold on is, I think, the enchanted materials and some quartite crystals, because I did restock some legendaries. But we made 1.2 million in gold, and we still, or in sales, and I still lost 2 million gold. In liquid gold, so that means I spent more than 3 million gold on materials this week. So that's quite heavy. I'm not sure how much more I'll be spending. We're down. I've had a net spend of more than 5 million now since the peak I had. That was about 27, a little bit more than 27 million on Draenor. And that does not account for the gold I've earned in sales over that period. So we're probably somewhere in the 8-9 million deep in terms of gold that I've invested for 9.2. So I'll probably go up a little higher, but not like that much. Because I do want to stay liquid, probably at least have 15 million gold going into 9.2. But we'll see. I haven't mathed it out in depth yet, so probably that's the next step. We might even do that on the next episode. Do a little bit more of a detailed calculation of exactly how much materials I should keep. But that's something for the next one. Now for my sales this week, I had sales on most of my realms. It felt a little bit lean when I was doing it, but looking at this, it's not bad. 200k and no big sales. Last week we had 400 or almost 500k, but we had some huge sales on Stormscale. So without any particularly big mailboxes, this 200k in sales here is actually pretty fine. It's a lot better than what I thought it would be. And this is an interesting point, because when I take my perspective out from just like, okay, looking at each mailbox by one, and now we're actually adding them all up together, and I'm looking at them side by side, and I was like, okay, that's not as bad as I felt it was. So it really tells you, or it really illustrates to me the fact that you're not necessarily the most reliable eyewitness. Because I felt like I barely had sales in my off realms, and obviously 200k isn't massive by my own standards or anything. But it's not actually that bad. It's quite fine, in fact. When you have it all laid out like that, we have, last week I had some very small mailboxes. We didn't have any super small ones this week. They were all above 10k except for the one on Emerald Dream, so that's pretty good. We only had one more empty one than last week. So yeah, overall this is a pretty good week, I'd say. Obviously we're losing gold because I'm spending so much gold on materials, and that's going to keep happening, and then we'll keep making gold. I should definitely make another effort to spread my battle pets around, because now is a good time to sell your battle pets. So that's really the only thing that I haven't been doing that I need to do, is to make sure all of my battle pets are spread effectively around, and perhaps buying a few more. We'll see if we do that in the next episode or not. But yeah, still spending gold, still getting ready for 9.2, and still taking it fairly easy at the moment. Not putting in a huge amount of effort into gold making. I just wanna chill, as I've said before, and that's what I'll keep doing as we approach 9.2. Hopefully you're enjoying the series, and as excited as I am for 9.2, that can't come fast enough. Make sure you leave a like if you're enjoying the videos. That'll tell YouTube to give you more of this stuff, gold making, whether from me or others, and it'll let me know that you actually want more of this, so I'll make more of this. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye.